Hi, Aries, and welcome to your August 2023 read. All right, let's get started. This read is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Okay, let's go. Hopefully there's no glare. Let me move this back a minute. Hold on. You can see the cards on a little of my backyard. Okay, let's go. Taking a rest, needing a rest. Oh yeah, needing a rest, okay? That's it. You need vitamin D. You need a vacation. I am joking, but for some of you, you really do. You need to get away. It's time to decide for yourself what is in your best interest. Yeah, bottom of the deck. You need to decide, okay? So it is about what's in your best interest. You're thinking a lot about where you've been, and now it's time to take this 10 of Swords and get rid of it, and that's what you're doing. And part of that, truly, part of that is taking a break, going on vacation, not thinking so much, getting out of your own way. Some of you literally have spotted an eagle. Oh my God, let me know if that's the case. There's a lot of wisdom to be had in this sword right here that, sorry for the glare. There's much wisdom to behold as the owl on the end. Spirit's showing me this owl. Sorry, can you see it? Okay. Great wisdom. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. So I feel like these are depictions of your spirit guides, and the owl of wisdom additionally adding to that, right? Some of you are learning how to play chess, or you know how to play chess, or the way, Aries, that you think is like a chess player. Like, okay, they're going to do this and I'm going to be, how many steps ahead, which is so typical for an Aries. It's beautiful. We have the moon and the sun depicting the masculine and the feminine balance. The way to balance your internal thoughts is to take the wisdom that you've learned from like everything that you've been through, right? Let's say the past 10 years. Let's take that and let's turn that around to make something good, that is good, that has come out of it. Maybe at the time it wasn't, but it is now. The sun is also depicted here. And I like that underneath here, look. See, you're getting out from the exhaustion by taking a break. Within maybe the next 2 to 4 months, maybe you're planning a trip, maybe you're on a trip right now. Maybe you're going to a sunny location and you live, like Midwest, West Coast, that kind of thing. You're using your intuition. If there is a legal case, I almost said losing. You're losing your mind over a legal case. If that's the case, let it be. I mean, Spirit said that. You know what I mean? If you feel, maybe it's that you're not losing the case and that you think that you're going to lose the case. In essence, you have to know that you're not going to lose this case. It's a financial case, perhaps. Let's get some more intel on this for the beautiful Aries, sun, moon, and or rising, and or Venus. This is really beautiful. Okay, so you've been through a lot, but that's when we learn the most important things and steps along the way. And I think, Aries, that's what you're taking this sword here. You're thinking like at least 2 steps ahead of the game. At least. You're way ahead of what others are going to do next. And that is not only the assertion of Aries, but it's also that is your innate talent, is to foresee what is coming before the actual result and or what happens, what will come about. The result of planning. This could be planning, stages of planning. You're just needing to refresh your energy here. Planning your next move. What am I going to do? It's not bad. It has the sun and the moon. Do you understand? Everything that happens will be a balanced outcome. It will be in your best road. Oh, okay. So they said, stop and smell the roses. So maybe it's time, Aries, to take yourself out of the humdrum of life and think your way through not only being assertive, but also you create your end result. So remember that. You create it. Don't let this 10 of Swords get in the way. Okay. I'm going to get 3 cards on top of each of these cards, and then we'll look at the bottom of this. I'm using the vice versa deck. Still waiting to unpack all my cards. I missed so many of my cards, but it's okay. All right, let's go. The Page of Cups over the 4. I want to make sure you can see it. Okay, Page of Cups over. Okay, so is this a love situation? Is this a situation that is legal, that you feel like you're a fish out of water? You feel like it's all new to you. So therefore you don't know, you've never been in this situation before, and you're really, let me just push this back for you. And you're uncertain, right? Are you uncertain as to what your next move is and you have to like really come into a place where you're really playing a game of chess because you've never been in this situation before and you don't know exactly what is the best move, the next move, the right move. But Spirit's saying use your intuition. You have great wisdom and you really do innately know what to do next. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords reversed. So it is about overcoming. We have a blue flower, right? So the loss of a loved one, overcoming the heartbreak of the loss in love, stopping to smell the roses and to see that life, for those of you Aries that have, loved and lost whomever, it's all about understanding that we only can take the love with us, right? That's all you can take with you is this love, to hold it close in your heart. This legal case could be a will and testament, right? Money's owed, money's given. What is the next move? For some of you, it's like, it's like sunny and then something rains on your parade, right? You know what I mean? It's been like that for a minute. The Sun card. It's been like that for a minute. It has. It's like you are looking back. And some of this really, I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat that this is coming from childhood. Events in childhood. That when you look back, and I feel this immensely. I feel like when you look back, Aries, you are looking back at your childhood and the things that you feel at the time that you made the right moves, right? You feel like you made the right moves, but others weren't on the same page as you. Others didn't maybe agree with your move or moves. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We do have you here, Aries, and then on the other side of that, look. There it is. Sorry for the glare. Father and son. So a lot of you are reviewing your past, things that your father said, things that your father didn't say, things that your father showed you about how hard it is in life. You have to make your own way. And you watched him work hard. You watched your dad work hard. If you're a, whatever, we're all children of God, right? So you did, for feminine or masculine. I mean, this is a masculine here. These are all masculine here. So this could be a father-son connect. Maybe someone lost their father. Maybe you are just reminiscing of the things your father said, how he lived, how hard life was. Life wasn't easy. And you have that same belief system. And maybe there is something now, as you are a father, a legal issue of, the payment of the wills and the will and testament of in the family dynamic. Hammering it out. Don't stress, Spirit says. The best is yet to come. And really, you have so many talents here, innate talents. I find this is interesting, and I'll tell you why. Because the front of the card is there's no child here, and the pentacles are, you can really see the pentacles, right, in view. And here, the pentacles are, right, they're almost orbs. I feel that you have a father figure looking out, watching out for you from the spirit world. They're orbs. They're not as clear as here. And why? Because these orbs, these are your innate treasures that you're still bringing out of you, and that's what you're thinking about. Okay, what can I do next? I have, the best is yet to come. And maybe in August, you're going to realize that, because this is an 8. Okay? You're going to forge a new beginning. Okay? Okay, also they want me to go back to your dad. Your father also taught you, and this is what you're thinking about love and how you chose love. If you're a feminine, you chose probably someone who's very much like your dad or stepdad, whatever. Got it? So you are now threading those and weaving those, the hidden talents, the talks, the discussions that you had when you were growing up with your father, right? And then, you're looking at, okay, so where's the thread of who I chose to live my life with and who my father represents? And you're weighing it out. You're weighing out, well, do I believe all the things as a feminine? So some of you feminines, girls, women, whatever, some of you, the feminine is looking back also. And in hindsight, we say, wow, I didn't realize that I chose someone exactly like my dad. And we are not talking incest of any kind. I'm talking about when we are kids growing up in our family home life and what results in when we're growing up, we're like, I'm not listening to you. Heck no, I'm doing my way. I'm doing it my way. And now in hindsight, you realize that the scales have balanced. And if you feel like you want to say thank you to your dad, to your father, for showing you the ropes, showing you the way, just because he's on the other side doesn't mean that he doesn't hear you. A lot of people were, again, you went against the grain. You went against the grain. Maybe you did things that people were like, what are you doing? Why aren't you making this decision in love? Why are you? Who did you choose? Why did you choose it? These are the thoughts that penetrate your everyday life. Saying to yourself, for some of you, you're saying, how did I fuck up? We all say that. You're not the only one. You're not. And it is mentally exhausting because you're trying to weave your past in with your present. And the only way you can do that is truly just know that the best is yet to come. And that justice will be served. If this is any kind of a legal case, justice will be served. The sun is right behind you. Look. The sun is right behind you. The freedom that you wanted, you didn't choose. You did not choose your freedom. You chose to be the warrior. And there's a reason why Aries is such a great warrior. I've got mosquito bites. I cannot even discuss the Midwest issue here. I love my family, but really? All right. Let's get back to your read. There were a lot of decisions that you made, Aries, that maybe you wanted and or need your father's advice as well. The Sun card is the best card because it reveals the energy of, and the Moon, the masculine and feminine merging together, right? And that's what you're weaving. You're weaving in what you learned as a kid, right? What you did and didn't follow, You know, you didn't follow the rules. You were the rebel. This is a rebel. So what? And you decided, for some of you, gosh, I wish I could go back and tell my dad, you were right. You know, one of those things that, okay, then just tell him. Spirit hears. Okay. I want to take a karma card. This is really a beautiful read. Whether you think it or not, it is truly beautiful, because when we look back, when we all look back, there are so many times when we do say, I wish I would have listened, right? I wish I would have, or I wish I wouldn't have listened. That's the rebel. All right, hold on. Look at, oh my God, you got the sun card again. Yes, yes. Aries, it's all good. You're realizing that as you yourself are leading your life according to what you feel is demonstrating leadership role now, as your father was to you. You're realizing that you're gaining respect from others in doing so, as did your dad for some. You know, it's not going to resonate for all fathers, right? There are things that now have been brought to light, and that is exactly what you've been really thinking about. It's about your life and the cycles that you have been through, the knowledge that you have attained, and 3 sons. Maybe there were 3 sons. Maybe there were 3 kids in your family and you were the rebel, and you're here for a reason. If you're watching me and you're a masculine and this relates to you, resonates, I need to know, because there could have been 3 sons in the family dynamic, right? And these sons, out of the 3 sons, 3 kids, right? It ended up that you were the rebel. You went off the grid. You did things differently. You didn't follow the norm, which makes you a light worker potentially, which makes you a truth seeker. And you're demonstrating this to all, for all to see, which you are the leader, and you're leading your life in the way that you have orchestrated it. Perhaps maybe you're taking little bits and pieces of what your dad did. You know, for some of you, you as a husband, a father, and or you as a wife with a husband and or a father, all coming together. It's all like, now it makes sense. Now the threads are merging, right? Synergy. This is synergy, you know? When you start looking back at your life and you're saying, wow, okay, I got it. I did this for this reason, but my dad showed me this and that, and I did or I didn't follow that. Got it? Some of you are buying gold. Some of you, something about weighing gold. You're weighting gold. That's it. You are demonstrating your own weight in gold. Not only literally, but figuratively, more so. Is it worth the weight in gold? Okay, let's see what else I got here. For some of you, silver, also silver. They just showed me all this gray, which is silver. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. The differences in the weight of gold versus the weight in silver, right? Although the saying says weight of gold. So maybe you're buying pieces of gold. It's always a good investment. I'm not one to tell you what to do, but if you do own gold pieces, you know, that's a good thing for your future. Some of you, I feel also, some of you are portraying a royal heir. And then for others, I feel it's completely opposite. So kind of like from one on the scale, you know, at our horizon, it's like from one end of the spectrum to the other, right? It's like where you've been and how far you've come, right? This guy, right, works hard. He's worked all his life so hard in the fields, mining the fort, whatever he's been doing. You know, this is hard work, hard labor. And then you have this guy who is already suited up and he's a warrior, right? He's been through it, but he also has royalty. He is royalty. Some of you are finding out you have royal heirs. Maybe you didn't know it. And maybe you don't know it. So, you know, that could pose some, looking up, maybe doing, what is that, right? Ancestors.com or whatever. You have gained respect and demonstrated leadership in the way that you chose to do it, whether that be following your father's footsteps or not. I think you've come a long way, and I know it's very general, but yet something about Cleopatra just came into my head. Cleopatra, the story of Cleopatra. Cleopatra did not listen. And she was that rebel. And she wanted who she wanted, no matter what. And now when you look back, and it's like not only who you chose in love, but also who, you know, over the last 10 years, you look and say, wow, I chose what I wanted at the time that I wanted it, and no one was going to tell you otherwise. Did it make you happy? Has it fulfilled you? And these people. Okay, they're saying, where are these people now? They want me to pull a card on this card. Let me just grab a card on the Six of Wands. It's a victory, but a victory nonetheless that has definitely hurt a lot of people, and, you know, blood and tears, right? Blood and tears. Yeah, there it is. A lot of people in your life had to walk away because they no longer fit the spectrum of your vibration, the energy. This was not only maybe a physical fight, but also physical and verbal, mental, right? The chess game. Exactly. The chess game. right? So 5 swords, 2 of them are on the floor here, and 1 is here. So it's like your last move. Let me show you, right? The 2 are on the floor here, on the ground, I should say, right? And you walked away. You did. Look at, you're the one. You have the red cloak, and so does he. You walked away from everybody who tried to manipulate, maneuver, outdo you intellectually. You're a chess player, totally a chess player. You played your hand, and you walked away saying, I don't need this. I've demonstrated my leadership, and I have, and now where are those people? Those people are now probably in hindsight looking back at you saying, wow, he didn't make the decisions that he thinks were wrongful decisions. He believed in himself. He followed his own light. I feel like that is an issue of no regret. You told people how you felt, and if they didn't like it, you know, you walked away. And the last sword here is like who's got or who had the last move, who had the last say-so, who verbally communicated the last word, if you will. And yeah, it's heartbreaking, but this last piece of truth solidified the fairness, the justice for all, and solidified your future happiness here. This is beautiful. You're like, I'm done. Okay. Wow, what a great read. Please send me your comments. In August, you are going to have so many moments of enlightenment on so many levels. I'm here for you. I send you so much love and blessings. Take care, Aries.